product. I mean, this is Michigan. This isn't a Cheech and Chong movie. And those are the kinds of things that are going to only magnify.
I'm Sal Agro, and this is the aftermath of a search that transpired. This is what one of the bedrooms looked like that they completely went through. If you notice that box on the bed, that was a box that we had money in to buy a new car, and they get that. And if you look in there, that's where they destroyed one of the beds looking for marijuana. So, and there's other downstairs. Basically, we had to put the whole house back together. They took all the cushions and.
What time was this again?
Approximately 7:30 to 8 o'clock last night.
And did neighbors let you know, or were you outdoors?
They raided my daughter-in-law's house, who lives on Beach Drive.
In Lake Orion?
Yes, in Lake Orion. They went in there, and she's approximately 5 foot, weighs about 89 pounds. And the masked officers put a shotgun in her face and told her to freeze. Doesn't make any sense. This is where I had all the plants. Perfectly legal because I'm a patient and I'm allowed to have 12 plants. My wife is a patient and a caregiver, and theoretically she's allowed to have over 60 plants, so we could have a total of 72 plants. As you see, there's only about 20 of them over there, and they ripped them all out. The floor was covered, the bed was covered with, they tore the bed apart. There was dirt all over the bed. It was just, the whole place was just, I had curtains hanging here, and they knocked all that down and went into the other part of the basement, and just, we kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but they just destroyed the whole place for, illegal search and seizure. I mean, there was no rhyme or reason for what they did.
Have you heard from them today at all?
Not at all. In fact, they never even put me under arrest. They never told me what they were searching the place. They had me a search warrant. When I first came into the house, I asked if I could, what's going on? They said, your house is being searched. I said, do you have a search warrant? They said, yes. I said, can I see it? They said, yeah, when we get ready to show it to you. 20 to 25 minutes after I said, well, can I go in the house? And they says, no. I said, why not? How do I know you're not planting something in there? How do I know you're not putting cocaine or whatever? I don't even know if you're cops. You all got masks on. What are you, are you the Lone Ranger? I don't know you people. Stayed with it. That's the way it is. I don't understand the mentality of it, why they did what they did. I imagine they, like the officer says, and I got to believe it's true, that they want the state to get off their butt. And they would not let me in the house. And they would not give me the search warrant. They would not, until about 20 to 25 minutes, Sergeant Ross gave me the search warrant, which I don't understand. I mean, I don't know what the law is, but I'm sure you just can't bust into maybe they can bust in. But when I asked to see for a search warrant, I wasn't here, they told me, we'll give it to you when we're ready. That doesn't strike a chord. Something's wrong. This is the United States of America. This is not communist Russia. You don't do stuff like that.
And how are you feeling after all of last night?
I feel great because I know that I've done nothing wrong. I am a card-carrying, legal, certified marijuana patient. My wife is a certified marijuana patient. We have been cleared by the state of Michigan. We're allowed to grow the plants. They had no right to come into the house and destroy those plants. And as far as I'm concerned, they're destroyed because they took them out of the pot. And there was like dirt all over. They can't, by law, they can't do that. The voters of Michigan have voted the legalization of marijuana. The state has given me a card that gives me the right to grow 12 plants. And my wife 12 plants. So even so, that's 24 plants. They said that they took 20 plants out. Well, they probably took about 18,
And no, you weren't given a ticket or any
Nothing. Not even a citation for littering or anything. I mean, it's just, I don't understand. I don't understand what their motive or motivation was, other than one of the officers told my wife down in the Ferndale clinic that this is just to make the state get off their butt and make some rules. Now, is that true? I don't know. But my wife will testify to that. And one of the officers told my wife, he says, I understand what's going on. I have an 84-year-old aunt that's a medical marijuana patient. So I don't know. I'm lost for words. I have no idea why they did what they did. And that's all I can tell you.